In the frozen mountains of the EDZ is the new Souls-like dungeon for Destiny 2, Warlord's Ruin, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to complete it. So, without further ado, let's go. When you spawn in, you'll start off with a long traversal section where you'll occasionally find chests and some ads. The issue is, some of these chests are trapped, and if you open one, you'll find out very quickly that it's trapped because it'll slow you, spawn screams, and you'll probably die. Eventually, however, you'll make it to the first boss, Rathil. Occasionally in this fight, Rathil will spawn these taken lamps with an AoE around them. You'll also get a buff called Imminent Wish. You need to stand inside these AoEs to charge them, which will then take down his shield, and you'll have until the Imminent Wish timer ends to complete this. The issue, however, is you'll also be teleported into cages, and if you don't get free, you'll unfortunately die. So, how do you do that? Well, around these cages are these taken eyes. Kill all of them to open your cage door. The more of these taken lamps you complete, the longer your damage phase will be. During my testing, I found that rockets, swords, and Bonk Titan all did great DPS on this encounter. Team composition is very simple. You want a Well of Radiance Warlock, and more hunters the better. Afterwards, a giant taken cacodemon looking thing will spawn and teleport you into prison cells. This is the second encounter. You'll need to look around the room to find 6 spinning discs. When you shoot them, they all spawn either clockwise or counterclockwise. You need to make sure that they are all spinning in the correct direction. To achieve this, you'll need to find 2 skeletons that will have a number next to them, either on the left or right side of their corpse. The number and side correlate to how many discs need to be spun clockwise or anti-clockwise. Do this, then have a player shoot the lever, and your cages will open. Another traversal section here, and this time through a very creepy looking maze, but after you complete this, you'll eventually arrive at the second boss, the Taken Ogre. At the start of this encounter, you'll need to kill ads, specifically the eyes and taken minotaurs to spawn in the Scorn Captains. You'll know you've killed the right targets when this message pops up in the bottom left of your screen. When this happens, you will need to kill the Scorn Captains as fast as you can. However, you can also potentially bait out a taken lamp in order to get 2 instead of just 1. While you're trying to do this, however, you will start to freeze. To counteract this, you need to make sure you get to the heated braziers at the back of the arena. You have 2 ways of dealing with this. Either bait the captain over to one of the braziers, or you can always just kill the captain, reset your timer by going under the brazier, and then going back to the taken lamps to then activate them. You'll need to wait for the Imminent Wish timer to hit 0. After this, at this place where you spawned, you will see solar orbs generate inside the empty braziers. You'll need to pick these up and dunk them in the 4 lanterns in each corner of the boss area. Damage phase begins when all 4 fires have been lit. You will then have to rotate around each single location. You'll know when you need to move to the next one when the timer in the corner hits 0. It's best to start in either the bottom left or bottom right fire and then rotate clockwise or anti-clockwise accordingly. Keep doing this until the boss finally falls over. Damage composition here is again very similar to the first encounter, where you need a Well of Radiance Warlock and as many Golden Gun Hunters as possible, as that is some insane damage. Of course, run whatever you want, but I do highly recommend a Well of Radiance Warlock. Once the boss finally falls over, make your way inside the castle until you find this room filled with chests. I imagine this might change weekly, but currently the correct chest is the one on the right as shown in video. As you continue traversing and slowly making your way up the mountain, you'll notice that Bungie have very kindly put in some strand grapple points to make it easy for you to climb. If you want, feel free to use them. You'll know you're going the right way when you run into our cacodemon looking friend again. Keep on climbing and eventually you'll make it to the final boss room. You now face Hefn's Vengeance, the Blighted Chimera. The goal of this fight is rather simple. Chip away at the boss's health until you reach the very top, where you'll have 3 extended damage phases, but it's a bit more complicated than just that. As you continue to kill ads, you'll eventually get a message in the bottom left hand side that says a poisonous feast. This means that 2 taken wizards are about to spawn. These wizards will continue to spawn blights all over the arena until you have nowhere to go, So you need to kill these blights and kill these wizards as fast as you can. These are the priority when they've spawned in. Once the wizards are dead, the taken eyes will spawn near the boss. Take these out and the Scorn captains will spawn in. However, they'll also be accompanied by these taken Scorn units. You'll be given a debuff. To get rid of this, melee one of these taken Scorn. If they are pure black, you'll need to find a different one. If the timer hits 0 and you still have this debuff, you will die. Complete the lamps before Imminent Wish activates and you'll be able to do damage to the boss. The more lamps completed, the more time you'll have. After completing damage on the final platform, you will then have to climb up one last time. This is where you'll be able to do the extended damage phase. You will have 3 extended damage phases. However, to achieve this, you need to deal with the eyes as soon as they spawn. The longer they stay up, the shorter your damage phase will be. After damage concludes, you will then be teleported down back to the start where you'll continue this again and again. Eventually you will reach Final Stand, where the boss will teleport both itself and you to where you spawned in the arena on top of the castle. This will be your last chance to damage the boss before it potentially wipes you. So just rip and tear into the boss and deal as much damage as you can. Make sure you deal with the eyes as fast as possible. The boss will be constantly beaming you here, so make sure you have a well of radiance or healing grenades or something to keep you alive, because these Axion darts really hurt. And then once the boss falls over, you will have completed the dungeon. Congratulations! If you want a guide for the exotic quest attached to this dungeon, or if you want to see more content from me, let me know in the comment section down below. Or if you're interested in getting in touch with me and seeing what I'm up to, you can always join the community Discord, linktree in bio. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and if you appreciated this video, a like goes a long way, as does a subscribe, so make sure to do those. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you all Starside.